Hey, this is Steven from LegitTechTutorials, and today we are going to be talking about extending classes. So extending is a great tool as it's basically what happens is that, like I said, for like if you had a car, or let's say you had a car, yeah. So let's say we had a car class, right? And we wanted to have similar functionality with that class, but extending it, like towing capability, this and that. So we want to go from car to truck. But we have a tool in programming called extending classes. That's EXT, extends. So truck extends car. Okay, so what is extends? So we want to use some parts of the car, like how many seats, curb weight, miles per gallon, engine size, cost, size of wheels and tires. But we want to have towing capacity, bed size, this and that. So just a couple more variables. Now, but we don't want to, especially when you get into more enterprise-sized classes, we don't want to retype everything from car and copy and paste it inside truck. We don't want to retype that. It makes our classes a lot larger size. We'll just let the computer handle that by extending. So basically what happens is that under the skin of this new truck class, it has everything from car, even though you can't see it. And then you could just extend its little tidbits. You could just add, new variables, add new methods to it, but all the stuff from the previous car class will have everything that's in the truck class. So we could use a keyword that is called super. So every time you call super dot something, it will go back to this class and do whatever it did in there. So you could also do super in one of your methods and then change it. Add something else after super. So it basically pulls this guy in and then adds whatever you have here right after it. So you could, just like the word says, so you could extend the functionality of that class. And eventually what happens is you have sort of like a hierarchy look, right? So you have these, extending each other. So like, for example, we would have vehicle, right? And then we have car here. We have truck. And then, you could have race car or whatever in here. And then you could have, 18-wheeler. Those land trains in Australia or something. That's just what I came up with. So you have a tier, right? You have, the top one, you have the one extending that, you have two extending that, and you have three extending the ones. So it would be like this is the chain. So it goes from this class down to this class, down to this class. So you could do stuff like that. So I could further extend truck into another class, whatever class that would be, like 18-wheeler or something. 18-wheeler. So that would be another class. But you get the idea, is that you could extend the capabilities inside the car class and add to it. But as you see here, it's sort of like an inequality, right? Usually the car has to have less than truck. So in this case, you basically, like you see, you want to have it tier from the most basic of class, extending, getting more and more and more complicated, because the truck class is more complicated than the car class. The truck has everything that the car does and more. If you have something that's less than the car, then you, of course, want it in front of here and then extend it to the car. So you want to basically follow this inequality. You want to have more stuff inside the truck than you do inside the car. In that case, extend the car with the truck class and then just add the things that you need to add to it. Yeah, so it's a very, very capable tool. It is great for programmers, as we could just do this type of hierarchy here and get everything done that we want to get done without having to write extra stuff. And it's a very important part of object-oriented programming. And there's also another type called interface, which we will go over. So let me see to make sure that I got everything on here. And of course, you will also see this in the first programming language you'll pick up, especially on my tutorials. I have all that stuff on there, especially for something like Java. Yeah, so that's basically it. So you could build onto the functionality of the previous class without rewriting it and using everything that you have in there, and then just change a few things inside the newer class that is extending that class and add new things as well, and you'll be good to go with that class, and it'll work just like the previous class. And then eventually you could get down to, you know, like down here, something very, very, very specific. So of course, like I said up top, like this way, right, towards the inequality, the things are very, very simple, just like in this vehicle. Things are very, very simple up there. And then they go to more complex stuff, like the truck is more specialized, you know, and then 18-wheeler is extremely specialized. So like I said, in this case, 18-wheeler would be have even more stuff than the truck and be even more specialized in that case, to where you can't really do too much with 18-wheeler. Like, you can't have anything more than an 18-wheeler, if you see what I'm saying. Alright, so that is the basics of extending classes. I hope that made sense to you. It'll make even more sense when you see it again in your first programming language. Alright, so it's been Steven from LegitTechTutorials. I thank you for watching my video. If you like this video, please subscribe for more videos like it, in this series and other series as well. If you have any questions, email me, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take it easy.